sorry. Sorry. I know we early, but I'm just saying, like chit chatty. Is Juan coming on?
No.
Okay, but he wanted to talk about guy. What do we want to talk about guys about? I'm excited.
He's over there
What?
laughing.
Wait, Juan. Okay, tell him we're not on live. Juan, we're not on live right now. What is it you wanted to share about men?
He's like, I was just joking.
When women does not want to talk about God.
He said, when do women don't want to talk about guys?
I don't think we ever talk about guys on the show. Like, do we?
I don't think we ever do.
Yeah, you're actually not that important to us.
Women don't want to talk about God. That's a good point.
That's what? What do you say?
When women don't want to talk about God, so that's a good topic.
I didn't hear what he said. What did he say?
He said, when don't women want to talk about guys? So that's a good subject.
I don't know what to talk about, guys. Like, what exactly are we talking about? Like, so random. Your husband is random. That's all I'm gonna say. Random. Okay. No, that's okay. Let me just see if I could put up the other part of this chat thing because there it is. Yeah. Not that there's anyone here, but yeah. So Rick will be on later. I don't wait, what's wrong? Are you frozen? Oh no, there you go. There you go.
Frozen.
Yeah, you're going in and out. It's okay. I didn't know if you were logging off or something.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm still trying to figure out why we're talking about guys. Let's do it before Rick comes. What do you want to know? How can I help you? How can I enlighten you with issues regarding men? Like, married one.
Why are they so difficult?
That I cannot help you with. That I cannot help you with. I do think men are behind the times when it comes to maturity. I do. I never used to believe that, but I really believe they're like 10 years behind. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do think that's part of it, but I could be wrong.
And then when they're mama's boys, they just never grow out of it.
Is Juan a mama's boy though? Is he really?
Not severely, but there's a
Yes,
little bit
he
there.
is. Yes, he is. You're like, not really, but kind of. Oh, that is so wrong. But you've been married to him for how long?
Let's see.
Wow.
It'll be 2011. So it'll be 14 years we've been married, but 27 years we've been together.
Cynthia, there's no way it's been 27 years. That's crazy.
Since 98.
That's just wrong.
Tell me
Wow.
about it. And it doesn't feel like it either.
That's weird to me. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
I know. It's like pretty much we've been together our whole lives, basically.
I just think, I don't know. I think I have I don't think I don't have the ability to stay with somebody for that long. I don't think so. I guess if you find the right person, maybe that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, right? Wink, wink. Is that what it is? Because he can hear us. Like, he can hear us over there.
He went outside to have a cigarette.
I can't believe he smokes. Like, what's that about?
He's trying to quit.
No, he's not. That's so old. Smoking is so passe. You know what I'm saying? Like, passe. Okay, so all right, here's my whole thing about men. I just want to throw this out there. I think people in general are just complicated. I just think everyone is very complicated. And when you make a choice to live with somebody, you have to compromise. You have to be able to
Absolutely.
Be somebody who can be, I don't know, more aware of other people than yourself. And sometimes you just want to be selfish. Sometimes you just want to be like, I want to do my own thing. I don't want to be bothered with anybody else. You know what I mean? So I think making that commitment is a really big deal. And I don't think I can ever do it. Not now. I don't know.
Honestly, I honestly think like the minute someone says yes to a proposal, you better automatically know that that's the one, and you should already know, like, that's who you want to be with when you say yes. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
I do,
because
but I'm divorced, so clearly
yeah,
that didn't happen. To tell you, like,
you're special.
special. Yeah. No, I agree with you, and everyone knows the whole story between me and my ex. Like, we got divorced, and then he got remarried, had a child, and I'm the godmother to his child, and I'm best friends with his, well, the child's mother. We'll just say that. You know what I mean? Like, Baata, if you're listening. But yeah, but I mean, I think that's, I think the relationship just didn't work because it was just wrong, but we didn't know it till
Mhm.
we were in it. And then, like, but you know, I don't hate him and I don't regret that decision.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
know most divorces don't work out that way. I get that. I
yeah,
understand people fighting and hating each other. And that's the part I don't get. You love
yeah,
someone and then it doesn't work out. And then the amount of vitriol and hate over usually stuff, money and
yeah.
stuff, which that I don't get, but
Yeah, I don't get that either. But like, like I said, we've been together 27 years, but we've only been married for 14. Like, we got engaged
child,
after 4.
14 is a lot. Okay.
No, but listen.
Okay, okay, okay.
So we got engaged after 4 years being together and didn't get married until 8 years of being engaged. So when I said yes, it was already 4 years. So I already knew him in and out,
And did
all his,
you guys were already living together?
yeah.
Okay.
So,
I think
you
that's
know,
important too.
yeah, definitely. Because I know I know a couple who met, they started dating, and after
Mhm.
6 weeks, I think it was, they got married. 6 weeks.
Are they still
They are
together today?
they are still together today and have 5 children.
It could work. It could
It
work.
could work. Absolutely. It absolutely can work. And then there's others that, they'll get married after, a year and a half, 2 years, and then, they have issues and then it doesn't last or whatever. It's like, I really do think living together makes a big difference.
Oh, guess who's here? All right, hold up a second. Let me add him in. Hi,
Oh.
Rick. No, hi, Rick. We have to play the music for Melanie, even if she's not here, but we got to play the music. So, hi, Rick. You going to say hi first? Okay. All
Hello.
right. We going to play the music, everyone. Okay. Wait, it's not going.
Uh-oh.
Why is it
Rick's
not
so
working?
dancing.
I know. I'm like, where's the music?
I don't know. It's not working.
Oh,
Can't play selected video clip. Please try again or
What?
contact support. What?
Restream. What are you doing, Restream?
Oh my
Rick,
God.
Rick, go ahead, sing it, Rick.
Where do you go to?
I'll be the counter.
Oh God. Oh, can't play selected. I am very upset. I'm angry. Okay, wait. Let me see if I closed out. Let me see if I can do it again. Let me see if I can do it. Wait.
He's about to email Restream.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, all right. Well, sorry, people. We have a really cool song and everything, and like graphics, but anybody who's watching new, but it's not working.
Mm.
All right, that's okay. How you doing, Rick? You know what else? The chat is
What's
not
the
up
chat?
now.
Yeah, I
Hold
was
on
gonna
one
say.
second.
It
What's
looks like
going
there's
on today?
space there, but there's nothing there.
The space is there. What
Right.
is?
It was there, and then Rick came on, and then it disappeared.
Maybe try to refresh. I know it's gonna make you disappear for a second, but maybe try that.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll fix
Okay.
the
If
song.
I log off, we'll just jump back on. Okay. We'll try
I
again.
think you'll be able to come
This
back.
is so messed up. Okay. Wait a second. All right.
So Cynthia, I heard y'all talking about guys and what's up with the guys and Juan and how many years y'all been together. I was listening.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, there's the thingy.
You
What
want to try the
happened?
song again? You want to try the song? Because the chat's there now.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Let's try it. This is crazy.
Crazy. Crazy.
Nope.
Oh, disappeared
Well, the
again.
chat went away when you tried to play it.
When I tried to do the video. You know what? This is my first time being on. Okay, we can't do this with the chat being out like that. You know what? Let's all log off and log back on. Let's just.
We'll be back after these messages.
We'll be back. We'll be back in a little
Same
bit.
bad time, same bad channel.
Oh man.
You have to log.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. We're still live, aren't we? I don't think we had to log off because it's not our computer it's on. Let's see if they come back. Oh, the chat just came back. Okay. All right, we're making progress. There we go.
And here is Cynthia.
Can you hear me?
Streaming?
Okay.
I do now. Yep.
Wait, are we still streaming?
It says live. 11 minutes.
I know. Oh, so it didn't even log off at all. It didn't.
No. It gives you like a minute or two before it cuts you out.
All right, we're gonna
So
try.
I'd even rebooted and I still was on when I came back.
Yeah, I logged off completely. Okay, you know what? I'm so.
Don't
We
do the
have
song.
been doing this for like 1 week, everyone.
This is Restream. Sorry, Restream, but y'all get your software together. Did you try to put the song?
Yep,
Chat's
I did.
on.
All right.
No.
I know it's okay. It's all right. Oh no.
Ay, Dios mío. Just refresh one more time and don't do the song. Then we'll be good.
Okay, we're not gonna do.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to technical difficulties and bloopers and all that. This is a blooper reel. That's what I say on mine. When I mess
You
up,
know what? The chat's not coming up.
Oh, well, that's strange.
No.
So weird.
You're gonna have to do individual chats then, I guess, if you want to, so that people could see. You know what I mean?
Let's see.
Click on it to make it show.
Oh my god, it's really not showing.
What the hell? Restream.
This is.
Oh, there it
There
goes.
it is.
I didn't try to do the video playback. It's coming up again. Okay, but the chat's here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We're not
Welcome
doing the
to All
music.
About the Joy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to All About the Joy. I know. Hi, everyone. I know there are people watching, and I apologize, but listen, if people want to come up tonight, we can do that too. If it works, I have no idea. But I'm putting this in the chat area, although nobody's here. So, that's only showing up on YouTube, right? That's okay. And
YouTube. I think it does show up on most now. They can't.
It's just saying YouTube and Twitch for me. I guess because it's not. Yeah, so whatever. But if you want to come up and join us, usually we have music and stuff, but not today because we're high maintenance. So Rick, how are you?
I am just fine. How are you?
Good. I'm wearing my All About the Joy. Oh, I'm backwards. I forgot I'm backwards, but I have on my All About the Joy t-shirt on too, and you have on your hat. Cynthia, of course. What?
I said we're switched.
Oh,
you're on the wrong side.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're not really recording today, so it don't matter. It's all good. It's all good. We were having a great conversation when you rudely interrupted us. You heard the whole conversation?
Mm-hmm. Most of it.
Did you want to chime in about men, your experience?
I heard the men are 10 years behind mature-wise, and
Cynthia. Do you disagree? Do you want to defend your gender? Is that right?
Everybody's different. I think that's too much of a generalization.
I think all men are behind 10 years. All men. Come on. That's it. That's your fight.
I disagree. I think everybody's different. I think you can make that huge generalization for all men.
All men I have dated are like 10 years behind me. All men I have ever dated are like, now that I can look back on it. Yeah. And all men that I was interested in and weren't interested in me, then 5 years later, they're all like, and I'm like, I'm sorry, who are you? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah.
You had your chance.
It's not even had your chance. It's like, that boat has sailed. I'm not interested no more. right? I mean, you get rejected. How can you turn around and be like, oh, now I'm interested again? That's not how that works, you know?
Right.
But your feeling about women is that they are, oh, it's all different. You think some women are mature
Everybody.
and some are not?
Yeah, 100%. Everybody's different.
Maybe.
Cynthia's saying yes with her head.
Cynthia does not agree with you. She just don't want to fight with you. She agreed with me earlier. If you go back and look at the beginning, she was like, I agree. Sorry. Yeah. No, I do look at, I don't know. I didn't raise children either, but whenever you talk to parents, they also say that like boys are easier than girls. And a lot of that has to do with the kind of accelerated, I don't want to say maturity, but maturity of girls versus boys. So I'm just saying there's some sprinkling fact. Look at Cynthia. She
Yep.
just don't want to fight with you,
I
Rick.
mean, biologically, yes, girls mature faster than boys. Can't be denied.
Mentally too, not just biological. I'm not talking about they
Oh,
have boobs
yeah,
faster than you have pubic hair. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like
that is not fast.
I'm not talking about puberty. I'm talking about like mental acuity, you know, like emotional maturity,
Emotional
Yeah.
damage.
But honestly, I do think it has to do with puberty, though. And I think that girls mature faster than boys because of the puberty. Girls,
I'm
not
on
to be
Cynthia.
gross, but girls do have their menstruation sometimes at 9 years old.
I'm on Cynthia's side. That's why I'm leaning her
Yeah.
way.
You're on Cynthia's side. She's not going to be on your side. She's on my side. She's on my side.
I'm Switzerland.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're not Switzerland, because Switzerland gonna be off the show in 2 seconds if she gonna be this kind of cowardly.
Tony D
Hey
in the building.
Tony, how you
What
doing?
restaurant are you eating at now, Tony?
Yeah.
Woo, look at Rick with the attitude today, Tony. He
He's
always
always eating somewhere.
is. Tony, did you hear him? Tony, I saw you on your TikTok TikTok. They all doing TikTok lives
Oh
all the
yeah,
time.
all the time. Oh boy.
I stayed for a minute, but I then was like, how come y'all ain't talking a lot? I think I came in a lull in the conversation.
Mm.
I love Tony. He always goes into every one of the
Yeah.
our things to make sure. Wait, what did I miss him say?
Oh, he must have been
He said,
swishing apps when I said it.
"Where are you eating?"
He said, where are you eating now, Tony? He said it with an attitude. He said it with an attitude like that. You know, because every time you say hi to us, you tell us you're eating that somewhere. But I think that's lovely that you take the time. He has a little attitude.
I'm probably jealous, is what it is.
Ooh, jealousy. Rick, how was your week? Did you have a good week at work?
Oh, he only cussed me out twice, so I guess that's not too bad.
Are you serious?
Ooh, Papa John's. I like Papa John's.
Tony just said had some leftover Papa John's. Say
Hey,
now.
now.
Like, I'm not a fan of pizza. Is that weird? Or
Yes.
It's not
ice
something I
cream.
have often, but once in a while, just be something different.
So your boss or whatever, supervisor, whatever, he cussed you out twice, and that's a good week. That's just wrong.
What the f? Blah blah blah. Like,
Did he really?
oh yeah. When I say cuss out, I mean cuss out.
Did he do? I
So
mean, but did
unprofessional.
clearly he's not professional. But did you do something wrong? I mean, not that that
Oh,
justifies being spoken to that
it
way,
was a
but
mistake. Yes, both times it was a mistake, which ultimately led to in the end 2 nice sales. Anyway, so
I'm so tired of working with people who think that they like it's one okay, y'all know I swear like a truck driver. I mean not really, but I do swear. But I'm not swearing at people. There's a big difference, right? I'm using it
Mm-hmm.
more as like a adjective. You know what I'm saying? Tony said, and yes, I had some fun on TikTok earlier this week. Glad you saw it. Yeah, I didn't see the fun part. I just saw a little well, no, because they were up, they're up late for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. I
oh,
didn't stay for the whole thing. I just saw like maybe 10 minutes of it. And it was like all the Haps people.
he said it got personal.
I didn't see the personal part. There seemed to be a lull in the conversation. So I was like, okay, clearly I'm missing something. So I'm going to go.
Mm.
But Yeah,
So I
but
guess
it was
now
funny because I was like, "Oh my god, this is like all the Haps people," and I was like, "I gotta go."
I was gonna
It's
say
like, I gotta go.
now it's the Cantina people, I guess probably. Is Cantina not working anymore? Why y'all aren't on Cantina?
Well, I think they
Well,
like it. A
Uh,
couple of exes showed up.
oh,
dun dun
Oh, bum,
dun.
bum, bum.
20
20
years.
years ago.
Years ago.
Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. That would be hard. Although I'm in touch with some exes from 20 years ago, but they just showed up on TikTok.
Hmm,
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's weird. All
interesting.
Maybe
right,
they were
Sonia.
stalking.
Told y'all I don't be playing.
Mm.
Okay. Well, we were talking about men and how y'all slow. That's what we were talking about before the show. We were talking about like men and how you're all slow in general when it comes to like, maturity and stuff. But Rick was saying I was generalizing. You can't say all men. Cynthia was saying that she agreed with me, but then she didn't want to say it. So she was just like, like that. And then she claimed to be Switzerland. So that's just the background of what we were talking about. But so, Rick, you got cussed out at work. It was a good week. You got some sales. What? You gonna miss? You're gonna make me miss BMF? I
I
can't
don't
do this with you tonight. What's BMF?
I don't know either.
I don't know what BMF is, but you don't have. You can come up if you want, or you could stay. Watch your season finale,
Oh, it's a
baby.
show. It's a
But what's
show. BMF.
BMF?
I have no idea, but I just saw a commercial
But
for it.
what's BMF?
Is it a sports thing?
I don't
Don't you have
remember.
a DVR? No, I'm just kidding.
Stars not on.
Stars Network, but
I don't have that.
okay. Tony, I don't know what it is, but that's okay. We appreciate you stopping by. No problem. Look at, I think we get a lot more views during the week than we do on a Friday night. I do think Thursday night was better views wise, like
Mhm.
live views wise.
Hmm.
But
Mm.
I'm okay with this because I think we got to do our thing, and it's just easier and more fun.
Oh,
Black
Black
Mafia
Mafia.
Family.
never heard
Okay,
of it.
watch your show, baby. I've never heard of it. I'm sure it's good if you it's a season finale. And I didn't pay extra for DVR. Is it extra to pay for DVR? I
I
have
don't
YouTube streaming, so I don't know. They just like on YouTube streaming, you can just save it as a show you're interested in, and it just keeps everything that you want for a really long time, you know. Some of the shows expire, but like it's like 2 years later or something, you know. But
know.
I didn't know you had to pay extra, but I don't use regular cable anymore, so what do I know? Anyways, back to Rick and okay, so you got two sales. You had an okay week. Anything else? Nothing?
I laughed. Sorry, it's gonna be geeking out a little bit, but I laughed so hard at a Stargate episode because these guys that I watched that review it. So, do you
Which
remember
episode is it?
Carmen? No, you know
Cynthia, I'm
this.
so sorry. I know
Yeah,
you have
one
no idea
second,
what you're saying.
Cynthia. So, Foothold.
Oh, I know that
Mayborn.
episode. I know
Mayborn.
Foothold. Yeah.
I hollered. She was so mad at him because he opened his big mouth. Mayborn, you're an idiot every day of the week. Couldn't you take one day off? I hollered. That was
But
so
did you not see it before? Okay,
funny.
wait. So Foothold is an episode where these aliens come into the Stargate and they take over the whole entire place, but they do it in such a way that they look like the actual people that work there. So there would be a person that looks like me, and they're
Mm.
using this gadget that am I right? Am I right that this is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
this is sad that I know episodes. I am such a Stargate geek. But they use these things that they put on their chest and it makes them look like it would be like somebody would look exactly like me and speak like me. And then my actual body and physical self is like in a coma, hanging up somehow
Like
on
an
a ceiling
avatar.
thing. Yeah. So they're taking over, and then yeah, that's what happened. And then Samantha kind of figures it out, and she leaves the place in order to tell the White House or whatever, the Pentagon, and Mayborn is the idiot, but he actually does end up helping. So
Yeah, he
he
does.
does, yeah.
It was funny.
Cynthia, if you had watched Stargate, you could be totally enjoying this moment of conversation. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed that I remembered that. I should have been like, what episode was that? Exactly what you were talking
But it
about.
was funny to me because you don't usually see her talk like that. So that's what made it really, really funny. Like if Jack said, I'd be like, oh, Jack said another funny. But it was Samantha, not Jack, you know?
I know, but you've seen it before, right?
I know, but it's still funny.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Speaking of old TV shows, they did renew a lot of TV shows and they also got rid of a whole bunch of shows, but that's not what bothered me, right? They canceled a lot of TV shows. When I say TV, I mean streaming or whatever. And
Mhm.
IMDb, if any of you follow IMDb, you'll get that whole list. But this is for Cynthia. So 911, of course, is renewed, whatever. But did you hear
Yeah.
what they're doing? They're going to have the children have become, I guess, series regulars. The Athena's children have become, because
Oh, they're coming back
they're coming
into
back
it.
as I'm like, that's not no, bring Bobby back. We're done.
Right.
We're done. We're
Because
not
her
watching this.
son isn't even the real original son. It's a different person
I
now.
know, I know. I think the little kid though got scared and didn't want to do the show after he was kidnapped. I think that's what happened. I don't know, but a part of me was like, that was a really tragic storyline when he gets
Mhm.
kidnapped by, the serial killer. I mean, I can only imagine as a young actor that would be hard and that his parents would pull him away the minute he was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that's what happened, but yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not watching the show. I'm not watching 911. Are you gonna watch it? I know you are. Are you gonna watch it?
Probably.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm done. Yeah.
They could just have Angela Bassett say, listen, I have a great grandmother who's still alive and she's into voodoo and she could bring people back and bring them
No, no, Rick. You've never seen 911. And just like I just reprimanded Cynthia, if you had seen 911, you would understand how important Bobby is to the show. Okay. It's really
Mhm.
important to us. And I refuse to watch it. I'm not watching it. I watched it the other day and then it was like whatever. And then it went to the next episode. Because I was just watching it live and I guess they skipped and it was like season 8, episode 1. I'm like, nope, I'm not watching this stupid G-NATO or whatever the hell was happening. I'm like, I'm not
Right.
going. There was only 7 seasons to 911. That's my story and that's how I'm going to deal with it. I don't care anymore. There were 7 great seasons of 911. That's it. I'm done. Yeah. Are you guys excited about any other shows coming on? That really is.
Um,
Look at how we easily went into that. It really wasn't much.
I was going to ask Cynthia if she has or plans to see Weapons, the movie.
It's a horror
oh,
flick.
I do want to see it. I do want to see it.
But wait, we didn't ask
Did you
Cynthia
see
how
it?
her week. Wait, we didn't ask you how your week was at work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this week it was okay. I mean, it actually wasn't that bad. It was definitely lighter than last week. Last week was just nuts. I thought I was never going to catch up with all my work, but I did. And today was actually really light and got to relax a little bit, and it was good. It was actually good this week.
Okay, good. Continue with your movie
Oh, wait a minute.
conversation.
I just remembered something else. So this morning I wake up, I log in for work, and because here's the thing, he always wants me to CC sales, which is like the main email on everything. So he goes, just in case, like if you're not here, so I know what's going on. I was like, okay, fine. And sometimes I forget. Crucify me. I'm sorry. So I wake up. First thing I see is,
Take your
why
job
didn't you?
seriously.
Why didn't you CC me? CC the email. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I scroll down and yeah, there it is. Then I go into that email. There it is. Are you just trying to piss me off? Like
But
I
wait, you
did.
didn't CC it to him?
I did.
This is what you had to interject in Cynthia for to tell us.
We're still talking about work and what happened at
I'm
work.
just
And
gonna mess with you because it's so easy to do right now. like, I'm trying to figure out the crescendo of that story. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I get it.
crescendo is I was right, he was wrong. That's the crescendo.
Why do you think he does not like you but keeps you work? I don't understand.
I've said this before. There's so much that I have to keep it straight in my head. For you to train somebody to do everything I do, it's going to take forever.
So that's your leverage.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I feel you. Because I've only been at my job for a year. My manager's already calling me, asking me how to do things.
Mm.
I'm like, how is it that you don't know this? And she's asking me how to do things because she's going into a meeting and she's trying to show them, oh, well, this is how we do this and that. It's like, I want to say, bitch, stop taking the fucking credit because I just told you how it worked and you didn't know.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh,
worst is when people take credit. Oh.
and then it was so funny. So she had sent us an email about the new residents that are coming in and what categories they're going to be doing and all this and that. I have it on my desk. And I guess she saw it and she's like, "Oh, can I have a copy of that? That would be great to give to the new girl." And I'm
What?
like, "Yeah, you emailed it to us."
So
She's
she
like, "Where
couldn't
did
print
you
it
get this?"
out?
I'm like, "You sent it to us. You
Oh.
emailed it to us." And she's like, "Oh, I don't remember."
Are you hating your job now after a year?
I don't hate it. I don't.
Oh, but I
Management,
feel it. I feel it.
man, it's just the management people and their buddies. I don't like the doctors. All of them, I love. My job, it's can be stressful, but it's not like it's super hard, you know. So
Do you wish you were at your old job?
no,
Okay. Just want to make sure this was still the right decision for you
yeah.
to make. Got it. Understood. Okay, good.
But for me, my issue is I'm one person and I'm pretty much running this whole company. There's three
Mm.
companies. I'm pretty much doing it by myself. So I get overwhelmed sometimes, you know? So, and then you cussing me out is not making me work better. It's doing the opposite effect. I just remember
Yep.
another thing. He called me today. He goes, "You just created this purchase order today?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And it said today's date, but then I went into the settings and it tells you when it actually was created and who did it. I was like, interesting. It says it was created in July 30th by you.
Did you tell him that? I know you did.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did.
With an attitude
What
like
do
that?
you
Click
Really?
this. I said, click this, click that. Oh, look at that. It's you. July 30th.
What
Oh,
did
okay.
he say?
Click.
What
Oh,
did
okay.
he say?
That's it. Oh, okay. Click.
Oh, that's even worse. He didn't apologize?
Apologize. What's that?
I'm sorry,
Oh,
guys. I think that's horrible.
The drama. The drama.
It's not, you know what? It's just so weird because I mean, yeah, well, I'm just tired of people being nasty and mean and cruel. It seems to be the go-to in every situation, whether it's work related or, just even like driving. Like, seriously, what is the drama? Like on Sunday, because I remember being like, it's effing Sunday. I was so mad. Like, I'm not saying you have to cruise or whatever, but what is like, why are you so angry on a Sunday? And the thing is, I don't even know exactly what happened, but the guy was upset enough that he's going really fast. And I saw him in my rear view mirror and he's like weaving, whatever, and he's beeping at everybody. And I'm like, it's Sunday. It's like 8:30 in the morning. Like, what are you so upset
mad because he had to
about?
work or something.
It doesn't matter, but he was clearly like, it was just weird and he's going to cause an accident. You know what I
Was he
mean? Like, and
alone?
huh?
Was he alone? The
I
child?
don't. I saw him in my. I was so fast. You know what I mean? I was like, why?
The only reason I give you an excuse for that is if your wife is like literally in labor.
Even
Otherwise,
still,
Right.
even still, you can't. I mean, it's. I know what you're saying, but you could have an accident.
right. That's true.
You know what I mean? You could cause an accident and hurt your wife or the person in labor or whatever. And this was like, this didn't seem like that kind of, this seemed like somebody cut him off and he was pissed. So he was like gunning it with his little turbocharged car or whatever the hell it is, or, whatever.
Mm.
So yeah, it was just kind of like just lame. It was so stupid. And I just thought, like, why is everybody so angry? At the grocery store the other day, somebody was like mad because I grabbed the cart first. I didn't realize that it's a fucking cart. Who cares? There's a whole bunch of them. But she was like, oh. Oh, and I'm like, did you want this cart? She's like, well, I was going towards it. I'm like, hey, I just like, it's a cart. Why is so like I did like I intentionally was like, you know what? I'm gonna piss this woman off and I'm gonna grab that cart first. Like as if like that was the thought process. You know what I mean? But people are angry all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just putting
Yes,
out that good energy as much as
we need
possible.
more joy.
All the joy. You know what? I look at there's a lot going on, especially with politics. There's no doubt about it. It is sad time in our country. It's a tough time. I get it. And then you have work stuff. Then you have prices going up. Then you have your kids or your husband, those bad, bad men. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
I mean, like, like you just have all these things that are going on. And so it's I understand that there's a lot going on, but again, it goes back to this idea like who are we when things are tough? Right? It's really easy to be this amazing, great person when everything is hunky dory. But who did I just say hunky? I did.
you
I think
sure
I said
did.
hunky dory. I sure did. I swear to God, I'm drinking water, baby. I swear. But I just don't know why people don't realize that the moment to elevate is when things are hard. That's when you really need to step up your game and be like this amazing, brilliant human being, right? But people do the opposite. They're in a bad mood, their boss is mean, or whatever it is, or somebody cuts them off or whatever. They double down in anger and react. And I think as a society, we're doing that so much more all the time. And I wish we would stop and take a breath. I really do.
Yeah.
You know? I was thinking about just to kind of glide into this, but I was thinking about forgiveness, not to get too deep, but just to have a little bit. When do you guys think it's okay to forgive? Do you forgive no matter what? Do you forgive only after a sorry? Do you forgive after like when do you forgive depending on whatever situation you're talking about?
Can we first define forgive?
Go ahead. What is it for you?
Forgive means what you did to me. It's not something I'm going to dwell on all the time, bring me down all the time. Or I said this once on the broadcast. If they could walk in the room at a party and you're not phased, that means you've forgiven them. You don't forget. That's the
Hmm.
caveat. I hate when people say, forgive and forget. You can't forget. How? Your brain remembers it. That's stupid.
I mean,
But
if it still hurts you and you haven't worked through it, I agree with you. It will still bother you. But if
right,
you've
Yeah.
actually worked through it, whether you forgive or not, it doesn't have to affect you, you
right.
know? I think like one of the things that's interesting, and I hate to bring this up as a personal thing, but you've brought it up before, so I hope you don't mind me touching on this a little bit. But you talked about your father, and you were like, you forgave him. Like, yeah, no, you haven't. Like you've in theory you have, but it still hurts what he did to you. You know what I mean? And it's like, and you may never be able to. That's the cruelty of that. You know what I mean? It's just wrong. But you forgave him for him, and you forgave him for you. But I don't know if you've really, like you said, you could walk into the room and be like, it's all good. I forgot about it.
Mhm.
Right? Because it still stings.
I mean, yeah, like at the all my childhood, I'd be like, if I could avoid being in the room with him, I would leave if I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
But later on, I was like, whatever. I didn't care anymore. I was okay with it.
I think also because you made logical conclusions as to why he was the way he was.
Mhm.
And I think all children and all adults, we all try to make logic of things that don't make sense to us. There was no reason why you should have been abused. And so no child should be abused. I just want to,
Right.
like,
Mm.
no human being should be abused. I just want to put that out there. But it's that weird thing where it's like we always try to make sense of the things that don't make sense and don't have to actually make sense.
Mhm.
But we're human, so that's what we do. And I think that is a different form of forgiveness. But I
Mhm.
don't think you've walked through that, and I don't think you ever will. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a therapist, but yeah. But I think about those tragic things. Like I always talk about my mom. Like I love my mom. What I remember her. I don't remember much, But I don't know if I'll ever forgive her for not telling me or anyone who my father was. And I don't think I can forgive her for not taking care of herself and
Mm.
dying so young. And that sounds stupid, I know, but it's like,
No, not in the
it's all the
mind of a
truth.
child. That doesn't sound stupid.
I'm sorry?
In the mind of a child, that doesn't sound stupid.
Right. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think we were talking about, well, how do you define forgiveness? And it's like, it might be different for every different situation, you know?
Mhm.
But I don't know if I forgive her. I don't know even know if it's my place to forgive her, but I'm angry about it, and sometimes I can cry about it. People always like, you must miss your mom. I'm like, well, I have some issues. You know what I mean? Like, well, you can't really miss. I mean, I was too young and I don't remember, so it's hard for me to miss something I don't remember. You know what I mean? So, but I do go back and forth in that weird way, and I don't know if I really forgive her for that.
Right. Because
And I don't think I've let it go.
your life would have been so different if she had taken care of her health. She'd still be
Well, in
around.
all fairness, she couldn't, like, so people will say, Cynthia's like, you better stop talking right now. People will say she couldn't, right? The system it wasn't set up for that. Like, it's not like she wasn't a drug addict or, yeah, again, my apologies to anybody who has alcoholic or whatever. It wasn't, she had asthma. She was very sick and we were poor and she didn't have access to medical care, so, and she didn't ask people for help. I think I told you about that story when she
Mhm.
died and that the church was packed and filled, and I had a temper tantrum because I couldn't understand where all these people came from. You know what I mean? Like, where did they all come from? They weren't there to help her. But when you hear stories about my mom, you hear that she was a very proud woman and she would never ask for help and da 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 da. And I'm like, great, great, that's wonderful, great. I'm glad she had so much pride. You know what I mean? Like, it's fantastic. Yeah. Go ahead, Cynthia. Cynthia got something to say. Go ahead.
Do you feel that you don't remember things because you kind of push those memories back? Or is it because you didn't feel like she was around enough for you to have any memories with her?
I think a lot I mean, I have some memories of her, but
Mhm.
let's put it in perspective. I was 11 and a half, and I always use the half because when you're a kid, you're
Mhm.
like, it's 11 and a half. It matters, right? But I was a kid and I didn't see my mother a lot. Like people forget that. I was a latchkey kid. And even when my mom came home or whatever, I was, in batutera or in color guard or dancing or
Mhm.
whatever. And so the moments that I remember the most is like I used to sleep with my mom.
Mhm.
So, like, I remember, like, Johnny Carson is a big deal in my book. And that's why, because I could stay up as late as I want, as long as I went to school. And I would always, like, watch Johnny Carson with her. It's not because I was some 8-year-old who loved Johnny Carson. I had no idea. But it was because my mom watched him. You know what I mean? Like, that's when I could hug her but I, I don't have a lot of vivid memories of her and me. I have a few of them. You know what I mean? Like I have a few of them, but I also think there's something very protective about memory.
She work weekends too, or
I don't know. I don't remember.
remember that?
But I performed on weekends and she
Mhm.
never went to one of my performances.
Mhm.
And you know what I mean? Like no one ever went to any of my performances.
So she probably
So
was working.
I rehearsed on weekends. What?
So she probably was working then.
But I don't know. But I don't know because I don't want to get people telling me, "Oh, you don't know." I don't want people freaking out who might be watching this in the future. But I don't think it was malicious on my mother's part. I think it's a different cultural thing. I think it wasn't important enough. Like me doing all that stuff was more of like, great, she's being babysat. It wasn't like wasn't like, oh my, like now, and I'm sorry to all my friends who are about to hear me say this, but my friends are like, oh, let me post my son playing the piano, or let me put, and I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how I grew up. There was none of that happening. There was none of like, oh, Carmen really loves to dance. Let me nurture that. There was none of that from anybody except the people, the people that were teaching me and that I was performing with and rehearsing with.
I could be wrong, but I think that's a very American thing. Like, I gotta go see Johnny play the game or da 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 da. Like, because where my parents came from, they just didn't give a crap.
I'm gonna say look, Cynthia's being quiet because she's like, my mother came to my shit. She was a baby, but I mean, I'm the baby too. But here's the thing: I think I agree with you that it is an American thing, but I also think it's a wealth, a money, middle class versus poverty thing. Like if you're working as a housekeeper or you're trying to go to school at night, which is what my mother was trying to do, that I do know. You know what I mean? Like if you're and you're a single parent and you're working, you know what I mean? Like it's just not something that you're culturally back in the 70s and 80s. That's not what we were doing, right? We were all latchkey kids. We were all coming home and feeding ourselves and watching TV and doing our homework. And, I don't remember seeing my mother a lot. But I also know that my brain probably is very protective of
Mhm.
that time period. But it's not, but I don't know if it's really like 11 and a half and before. I don't have bad memories at
Mm.
all of my mom. I just don't have a lot of them. So I don't remember anything. Does that make sense, Cynthia?
Yeah.
Afterwards, like I wish
Mhm.
I could not remember from 11 and a half when she
Mm.
died to like, now. You know what I mean?
I was thinking younger people might not know what latchkey kid even means.
Oh, that's a good point because so many Gen Z people are
Today,
like,
that's unthinkable. That's
hey,
unthinkable
you never
today.
know. You never know. So, a latchkey kid basically was the idea, and actually, it was true. You would wear a key around, like a chain. You'd have a key around, like a necklace, and you would let yourself in because your parents were not home with you. They were working, they were doing whatever, and you would basically get your own food. You do your own homework. You were on your own, and your parents would come home late at night or whatever after work or whatever they were doing, and maybe you would see them, maybe you wouldn't. But that's what a latchkey, at least for me, that's what a latchkey kid was.
Mhm.
Is that what it was for you guys? I don't know if Cynthia was a latchkey kid. Were you a latchkey kid? No.
Mm.
Spoiled
No, my
brat.
mother wouldn't let me go anywhere by myself
Mm.
ever. Our school literally was down the street, not like a couple of blocks, and I could not walk to school by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because Diana and Audrey did.
Uh, They were older than me, so
Okay, I know. Whatever. Yeah, because you went to Blessed Sacrament too, but the school was literally like, yeah,
at the corner.
out at the corner of the street. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, never
What
could go by
happened?
myself.
What happened that made it like that? I mean,
Honestly, I don't
it was
even
back in
know.
the 80s, right?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she would walk me to school on her way to work. And then I couldn't walk home by myself. I either had to wait for my brother or be in the after school program and wait for my mother to come pick me up. Yep.
That is such a lovely life. No, I'm just kidding.
And then after she died, I was 12 and I was in seventh grade. Was it seventh grade or
Yep,
eighth grade?
seventh grade. It
Seventh
is
grade.
because I was in
And after that, like obviously I had to walk home by myself at that time, So it was either my brother would come pick me up or I had to walk with one of my friends who lived around the corner from my house. We would walk together because her mother was the same way. She didn't want her walking by herself either.
Mm.
It's so weird because Cynthia and I, this is why we have such similarities. Like, this is why we connect because our mothers died around the same age, even though years apart. But then we were kind of on our own, both, even though there were plenty of people around who could
Yeah,
have just intervened. Um,
right.
yeah. And I mean, like family people. I don't mean like I was blessed. I had a lot of people who intervened, but
Yeah.
it's
I pretty
very.
much lived on my own since 15. I was going from house to house until I met Juan.
Oh, back to one. And full circle. Right, right, right. No. Oh my God, that's so weird. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's interesting that because you always seem to have questions about my mom. I don't know why.
Mhm.
Always you can ask
Because
me.
it just surprises me that you don't have a lot of memories, like you don't remember her. And it's like I think about my mom and I like think about all these memories that I have with her or things that she used to do and stuff like that. So
I really don't. I think I have like 6 memories of me being with my mom. Yeah. And I don't think it's intentional. I think it's like I just I don't have a lot of memories. First of all, I don't remember things when I was like 6, just in general. Do you guys remember things when you were 6? I don't remember stuff.
Little snippets.
I don't have that, like, I don't have that kind of recall. I don't. And I don't even think that has anything to do with anyone dying or my brain, whatever. I'm like, if you ask me what I did 2 weeks ago, I can kind of give you an idea, but I got to look at my calendar. Do you know what I mean? Like in, out. I don't really have like what happened on Monday or Tuesday. I'm not kidding. I just don't have that kind of recall.
Not today, not now. No.
And I used to be ashamed by that too. So a lot of the memories, like I remember, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on a second.
I saw a meme the other day. Can't
mm,
remember what I ate last night, but I can remember every word to the song from 1985 or
right. It's so
Okay,
true.
that is for certain. Okay, I can do the whole Sugar Hill Gang song right now without
Right.
music. Yeah, that's a different part of the brain, right? That is a different
Yeah.
part of the brain.
Long term versus short term
Yeah.
memory. Yeah,
I
it's two different.
think I think it's more about I remember things that I was doing as a kid, things that I loved, and I wasn't aware that my mother wasn't around. Like I
Mm.
wasn't aware that that was a thing, like and it wasn't that she wasn't around like all the time. It's just, I have snippets, but it's not like I'm not making fun of you, Cynthia, at all. But like my mom wasn't going to take me to Disney to have like that didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
my mother didn't come to any of nobody came. And I keep saying that. I know Teresa will say she went to one and we'll give her that one. And yeah, but
Hey,
I
no one came to mine after my mom died. No one came to
yeah,
any of my sports, any of my
it's weird, right? Like
shows,
you would think
nothing.
a kid, you'd be like, I gotta make sure this kid. You'd think somebody
Yeah.
would. And people did. People did. Not the people you thought would, is what I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. Yeah. But I think it's kind of more about like, I just also don't have, that's not how my brain works. And I used to feel bad about it. And then after a lot of therapy, especially dealing with my hip injury, and when I started to realize there was so much more entangled in me not being able to dance, I learned a lot about, like, I can tell you every performance I was in as a kid. I remember that, but that's where I had my most joy.
Mm.
Mm.
Right? That's where I had my most, like, I remember performing on stage. I remember when I collapsed. I remember when we won awards. I remember the audience. I remember people asking for autograph. Like, I remember that good stuff, or whatever you want to call it. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus, however you grow up, every individual, that's normal to you. Even if it wasn't, but to you, that's the way you
Yeah.
grew up. And for you, that was your normal.
Yeah. I always feel like, though, and I'm not trying to make you ask me more questions, but I'm like, I always feel like Cynthia's like, we need to delve more into
Our
drama.
therapy session.
Happening, Carmen? What's going on?
Right
You
down on the
read my book, and
Mhm.
did it not make sense to you? I think you could understand most of it
Yeah.
from a different perspective. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's mostly everything I remember about my mom. What's in the book? That's pretty much all of it. I mean, that's why I did that like that. Yeah, those moments. And I purposely did that so I wouldn't forget. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I think the other thing that's really important that I don't know how else to explain it, because unless you've experienced this, it doesn't make sense. When I was a kid, there was a real, and when my mother was alive, there was a real, I didn't understand why I didn't know who my father was.
Mm.
And that matters in a really substantial way. Like I just didn't understand why. I didn't have one like everybody else or know, like even if my friends didn't have their fathers around, they knew about them. They knew something about them. So I used to lie. I would tell people like, oh yeah, he died when I was born. So my mom doesn't like to talk about it. Like I would make up stories so I wouldn't and then my friends, the friends would be like, "Oh, Carmen, that's horrible." And then I would change the story, and I realized, like, I better keep the lie the same.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the one thing that you and Sean have in common, because he doesn't know his either.
yeah, that's terrible. I don't know. Listen, all you mamas out there and papas out there who have relationships and have children, seriously, it is one of the worst things I think to do to a child, to a teen, to an adult. I'm now, am I middle aged now? Whatever, middle age. Like, it sucks not knowing and knowing you'll never know. It's not a hole, it's not like I'm not crying about it or whatever, but it is something I can't explain. Fucking tell your children, tell somebody who the parent is, the other parent is. We have a right to know. It's so weird. It's such a weird thing to do to another human being. I think it's one of the things I hate the most about because you, Cynthia, you and I know someone who didn't know who their real father was, but everybody else knew who their real father was. And somehow there was supposed to be some secret captain. I said, do not let that child visit me in California because we will have the conversation.
Right.
Do not let that child. I'm not doing it. You can't talk to someone like me who knows nothing about their father, knows what that torture is, and then I'm gonna keep up with the lie.
So if you asked your mom, what would she say? Like, we don't talk about that, or
Is in my book, Rick. I thought you read my book.
I don't remember
She
that.
told me,
I don't remember right now.
I'm kidding. How could you not remember that? That's the most important part. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. I asked my mother once, and this is the thing about this is culture. And I was told, do not ask me again. I will tell you when you're 16.
Oh yeah.
And you didn't ask again. And I remember trying to ask again, and it was like, you know what I mean? It was like that weird. Yo te dije que no me hablas. You know what I mean? Like there was that whole like, do not talk to me about this again. I already told you what I'm going to tell you. You know what I mean? And you knew that. You understood. And I asked, I was really young. I was really young when I first asked, But she died way too soon, and she didn't tell anybody. So, yeah. And again, it's not about feel. I'm fine, and I was never one of those people who was like, "Oh my god, I don't know who I am." Like I remember watching. I think I told you guys. Was it Sally Jessica Raphael? Remember that show?
Right, Jesse?
The woman with the glasses. She had those big red. And she would talk about like, and she would have people on the show. And I remember TLC, remember the group TLC? One of them didn't know, I think it was Chili. She didn't know who her father was or something. She went on that show and and then she would bring them out. And I was like, oh, hell no, that's never going to happen. Like that would never be how it go. Like that wasn't something I craved at all. No, I did not want, no. I was never that person. It wasn't ever about that. But yeah, I used to watch that show and laugh my ass off because people would be like, I just feel like there's a hole in my heart. I don't know who I am. And I was like, there ain't no hole in my heart. I know who the fuck I am. Like, I never had that problem.
All I want to know, what are your health issues so I can keep track. That's
Where
it.
are you from? Like, what part of the world are you from? Because I don't look like anybody. So, do I have other half siblings? That's all I need to know. Just where you from? For the longest time, Rick, everyone said I was Italian. The other half of me was Italian. So I went with
Portuguese.
that.
It was Portuguese.
No.
Oh, it was Italian.
It was always Italian. The reason why we know it's Portuguese is because I did DNA testing.
Oh, okay.
No, all this time I was Italian.
I mean, there's a couple of cities I think in Massachusetts where there's a ton of Portuguese people, but in general, there's not tons of Portuguese people in America.
Right. There's not. But Portuguese was not an option. It wasn't until I did DNA testing. No, Cynthia, my entire life, my entire adulthood, like up until I don't know, when did I do DNA testing? I did it I don't know, 10 years ago. Yeah. All this time I thought it was like Carmen. I would imagine I had like an Italian last name, But yeah, no, it's Portuguese. So, Rick.
I give you a different example. I have a cousin who the cousin I talk about once in a while that died when she was like 34, and I was very
Yeah,
close to
can we
her.
give her a name?
Chrissy was her name,
Oh,
and
Chrissy?
so Chrissy, yeah. Her son was I think also 11 when she passed, and he knew who his daddy was. Problem is, he had kids with her, he had kids with her, he had kids with her, and he had kids with her, and he had kids with
Mm.
her. So he
Oh,
never sees
wait.
he never sees the dad. So he knows who he is, but he got
Wow.
2 kids.
You know what? It just dawned on me. Did Melanie try to say hi to us and we didn't see her? She should be
No,
fine.
she said this week she hasn't been on mine either. She's been
Oh,
in
okay, okay. Oh my God, I just had a
Oh.
panic attack because I saw
no.
these things. Okay,
I'm thinking, did
sorry.
you have her blocked by accident?
I did, but I unblocked her the other day. We figured it out. Like when you block people on Restream, it also blocks them at the place you block them at. So if she
Mm.
was on YouTube or Facebook, it would also be blocked over there too. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm sorry, Rick. Can you tell the last part of that story? Because I'm taking this off. It's just us.
Yeah, because he had so many kids from so many women, so that's why he didn't get any attention from his dad because he got too many kids all over the place. So
Mm.
he came to the funeral, of course. He
Um,
came to his graduation, but other than that, he wasn't in his life. So it sucks.
Andrea had once said to me, she's like, or I shouldn't say it was Andrea. Let me revise. A friend of mine said to me once, my father, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. You are who you are. You're lucky, probably lucky you don't know who your father is. No. And she retracted that because here's the thing. You have whatever relationship you have with your father, but you know who he is. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like not knowing something, ever knowing it is a different thing. You can't it's not about who like whether they're a good person or a bad person or rich or poor or whatever. It's like you don't know anything. I
Mhm.
can't explain it. I have yet to figure out a way how to explain what it is.
Yeah, because even so, not knowing at all versus, let's say, you do know, but he's a jerk. Okay, then that's your decision to be in their life, not be in their life, like them, not
Right.
like them. But it's something. But not knowing, it's like empty. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I think the only way that I could really explain it is like I mean, maybe there's a chance for you to go on a shuttle and land on Mars or the moon. Let's say the moon, because that's more whatever. Maybe there's a chance, but it's never going to happen, right? It's never going to happen. And I know this isn't the right analogy, but it's like, you could, but it's never going to happen.
Hmm.
Like there's something there that's like intangible that I can't really explain, but it's kind of that. It's like, it could so easily change your perspective of your mother, your childhood. I mean, I can't even imagine what the story would be.
Hmm.
I envision in my head the story is she went out dancing one night because I like thinking that, she was this fabulous and she wasn't this woman when I knew her. She was a mother. She was, you know what I mean? She was like not someone who was going out dancing or whatever. And even when she had me, she was what, 39? So, I'm not saying she was old, but back then everybody was old, right? So she was 38, 39 or something, right? So I envisioned that she went out dancing one night, with friends or whatever, and maybe she met some amazing, fabulous guy, and he was hot as all hell.
Mm.
Like,
Clearly.
clearly. And she had a great night, and that was it. And then she got pregnant. Like, and I wouldn't even be mad about that. But not knowing,
Mhm.
you know? And I know that that story I just told you is not true because there are people in the well, I don't know, that tell me other stories that like I almost died in the hospital when I was born because I had an asthma attack or an allergy attack. I don't know, it depends on the day what the story is. And he came to the hospital and my mother threw him out or something. There's that
Mhm.
story. there's a story that they were fighting and that he threw spaghetti at the wall, like a bowl of spaghetti at the wall. That's where the Italian part came.
Italian. That's it. That's it.
That's really,
Mamma mia!
exactly. That's where the Italian part came in. And so I know Cynthia's dying because she knows who the story is, right? Who's telling the story. But it just depends on who you talk to. Like the only stories I know is those two. And every time he's angry and they're fun, you know what I mean? Like those are not, and I don't know how, I don't know how authentic those stories are because we all have different memories of stuff, and the person who remembered it was a kid themselves, So, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I am who I am, and I can't wait to see how this ends because I think despite all of that, I think I've turned out okay,
Of course.
and I know compared to people who had both parents, right? We're all different. It all depends on the situation. Like I was raised right. No matter how it happened, it happened good for me, I guess. I don't know. That sounds weird how I said it, but you know what I mean? So.
No, yeah.
Didn't you say that you got in contact with someone who was related to your father?
Oh, I got in touch with a whole bunch of people that are related to my father, but it's the ancestry tree, and they're related to him as close as you are to him. You know what I mean? Like, but they're definitely on that side because they're not on this side of the
Right.
bush.
Do they even know if he's still alive or?
They don't know, but we don't know. They're not connected to my father. They're connected to the grandparents, the
Got
great
it.
grandparents so they don't know either, But yeah, I got in touch with one of them lived in Louisiana.
Mm.
I was in touch with them during COVID. I haven't been in touch with them since because it was not really a connection,
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't hopeful about ancestry, but I was glad I found out what I found out. That was kind of cool. It was shocking. But I would have loved to have actually there's somebody on my Facebook page, Judy, she's actually the closest person related to me, and even she's not connected to my father at all, but she's on my Facebook page and she's a hairdresser and we, connected a few times, but it's not,
Yeah.
yeah.
On
I
my
don't
Facebook
know.
the other day, I remember it was, I don't know. You know how Facebook memories? I don't know if you ever pay attention to that, but it shows you on this day every year something you posted, whatever. And one of them was like, "Oh, I just did my DNA for," I think it was Ancestry because I did 23andMe as well. And
Yeah.
it said I'm this and
Mm.
I'm this and I'm this and I'm this and I'm this and I'm this, and it's just this goes to show you that we're all a mix of everything. You're not just one
Mhm.
thing, not just who you think you are. You're a mix of all kinds of stuff. And
Yep.
why can't we just get along? Because nobody's a pure and nothing. Like you're not. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm pure beauty. No, just kidding. I think that would, you would think that would matter, but so I say this respectfully. That's not the problem with racism, right? Race is not, it's a social construct, and that's what people don't seem to understand. And what I mean by that is it has nothing to do with our actual DNA biology. It has everything to do with what we look like to each other, right? So, yes, of course, if we all did, right, our DNA, we'd all know we all have some African in us, right? Everybody, because that's where we all come from. That's where the tree begins. And that's not about like, oh, my black brothers and sisters. No, it's just factual. It's just, I don't care
All
how
these
long.
countries all used to be one big country.
Yeah, but
And
people
it just
don't believe
broke
that,
off.
right? People don't want to believe that, but yes, but they don't want to. But this is what I'm saying. If we all did our DNA, we would see that. But that's not what the problem is. The problem is what we all look like to each other, unfortunately.
Mhm.
And that's what racism is. It's hating people based on what they look like.
Yep.
Race is not really, there's not that many races, right? There's white, there's black, there's Asian, there's indigenous, there's like two more now. It depends on, there's not that many, but it's all based on characteristics of what we look like. So I hear you, Rick. I wish it was that kind of conversation, but that's why it's not about ethnicity. It's not about like people always turn around and they're like, "You're being racist," and I'm like, "Honey, you don't understand the difference between racism, prejudice, and bigotry, because
Mm.
racism is tied into social economic power." You know what I mean? And I don't mean to get all in the weeds, but I wish people would use Google and Chat GPT and learn some stuff, because the world would be a much better place if people understood that difference.
Mhm.
Because if they realize the reason why they don't like me is because they think I'm black and I must be so different, and then realize that my father was Portuguese just like you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or that they also, if they did their own DNA, they have African roots as well. People would start to, I think things differently, maybe. But
Mhm.
I think I saw a show once where everybody on there, they said they would willingly be DNA tested and they were going to discuss it and blah, blah, blah. And I think there was like a white guy that super coincidentally, it was distant, but he happened to be cousin with somebody who was not super dark. So I don't know if they were like black or Hispanic or what they were, but you could kind of tell in the beginning that he was a little bit racist. And they're like, "So now that you found out this is your cousin, how do you feel?"
that's
He's like, "Yeah, that kind of does change things a little bit."
it's just such a waste of energy to be hating on people for any reason. But again, I live in like the, idealistic view of the world that I wish, like the little utopia in my head is not the realistic place we live in. I wish it was, but it's not. But we do the best we can. Anyways, we are way past the hour. I didn't even realize it.
Not way,
You
way
guys were
past.
having fun too,
We
huh?
started early.
Mhm.
That's why.
We did start early. What do you mean that
We're having technical difficulties.
we were having technical difficulties? Did this start a new stream or is it the same
No,
stream?
no, same stream.
Interesting. That'll look interesting on the whole whatever. Yeah. Okay, anyways.
So somebody's gonna be talking to Restream tonight or tomorrow.
I'm not going to be talking about Restream. I just got to figure out what happened. But that was weird. I don't want to talk to them anymore. They're nice enough,
They
but
probably don't want to talk to you either.
what's so weird? But they do because they want my money. But I already paid for the year, so you're right. They're probably like, whatever. But, no, they're nice enough. I don't know what happened, but I'll figure that out. Whatever with our, I mean, maybe there's something wrong with maybe I have to acknowledge the music or something. Is that what happened to you when you had to change your music?
I've never
Well, that
seen
was
this.
YouTube.
I've never seen this happen before in here.
Oh, okay, on Restream. Okay.
It could be a
Well,
glitch system.
it
Who
was
knows?
just a glitch. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, anyways, thank you everyone who's been watching and hanging out with us. I appreciate you. Welcome to all the meetup people who have joined our meetup group on All About the Joy on Meetup. I know that's kind of cool, right?
That's
I
cool.
don't know. Hi. LinkedIn, love you. I love our LinkedIn people. I ain't got no hate for LinkedIn. I'm loving all the people that keep joining us. I think we're at like 800 something. I don't remember. There was a time I was saying thank you to every person that joined, and I just
Mm.
can't do that anymore. But I do appreciate you liking, sharing, and just chilling and hanging out with us whenever it's convenient for you. So thank you for that. Sunday, we do have a private lounge. It's at 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. You might learn something. It's a short one, but it's a good one. And yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. And remember, at the end of the day, it really is all about the joy. Bye, everyone. Rick, you have to say all about the
Um,
joy.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.